What's going on, guys? My name is Jason Kudo, and I'm here to persuade you guys on the topic of climate change. Now, depending on what you believe, you may not want to hear about this topic. I know a lot of people in my life that just want nothing to do with this. They don't believe in it. They think it's a hoax, all that fun stuff. But it is a real issue, and I believe in it. So I'm just going to get into it about what I believe, how to solve climate change. Or not solve it, I would say more of how can we slow it down, or at least slow it down enough so that we can protect our Earth long enough. So first, I want to get to this graph, just to give you guys a little summary about, because if you notice in New England, we get a lot of hot weather storms, and we get a lot of tropical rains and louder thunderstorms, and it's not just by coincidence. So if you look at this graph, each color shows different storms. So like the blue is the snow, you have the yellow are droughts, and then you have purple are wildfires. The lighter pink are severe storms, and then the darker pink are tropical cyclones. Now, from 2010 to 2019, we've had more severe storms and tropical cyclones than probably any other country besides China and Japan. It's only because the Atlantic is getting more warm. Normally you see these storms in the Caribbean, you see them in the Gulf of Mexico, or you see them out further down in the Atlantic. But these are getting to be a serious thing up here in New England. We're getting a lot of more torrential rains, we're getting a lot of more severe thunderstorms, and it's causing some people to say, what's going on with our world. How I feel like people can slow down climate change is simply making the necessary adjustments to improve your household. Changing your light bulbs, using more renewable energy, not leaving stuff plugged in constantly. I know electric cars are somewhat expensive, but changing to electric cars could definitely help the carbon monoxide pollution in this world. If you look over Los Angeles, you ever see pictures of Los Angeles, they have those air bubbles that pocket the city, and it makes it, it looks like it's like a toxic environment, toxic air quality over these cities, because it's how much pollution we use in this earth today. I also have another line graph here. It's more of the coal industry, of how much coal we use and how much pollution it does send off into the air. But it's how much coal we use. Here, line graph. This is from the source, the Energy Information Administration, from 2019. It's a reflective plan. It shows from 2010 to 2019 of how much coal we use in the United States. Now, we use a ton of coal. I understand that it's necessary for our country, for coal, for oil. We need that stuff. We need that stuff for car, to heat our house, all that fun stuff. But if we can take and use less of that, it would put dramatic changes on our earth, more than I feel like we know or we would think. And another thing that I want to say that would help you, like your own household, would be solar panels. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, solar panels, they're not, they look ugly, they're not the most pleasing. And I get that. I truly get that. But if you use solar panels, efficiently, you save your money on bills, you save your money on electricity, you save your money on everything. And it's just, climate change is something that we all need to understand, and we all need to look at it and go, yeah, if we do these things, it will help. So now I kind of want to switch on what's going on in Antarctica with the glaciers melting. We've all seen pictures of those glaciers melting, and it's caused, a lot of friction within political parties. Of some people believe it, some people don't. I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole different discussion for another day, and I really don't want to get into that. But I believe if we had more people that believed in fixing this earth and to bring it back to what it once was, I feel like we'd all be in a better place, and we'd notice it. When we have winter here in New England, we have days that are like 70 degrees. And that's just crazy to me, because It should never be like that. I mean, it's like November, and we literally just had a stretch of like 75 degrees in the past like week, and it's not supposed to happen in November. It's just not. And so, when I look at it like that, it's just like how can we stop, not like stop it, but how can we better ourselves, you know? So I hope I was able just to give you guys a little bit about climate change. I know I might have went a little bit all over the place, but there's a lot of information, there's a lot of knowledge that needs to be spread, and I hope you guys are able to take what I've said, think about it, and maybe take some of the stuff and implement it in your own home, whether your parents already have or they haven't, or maybe you have or you haven't. And you never know. You might see a dramatic difference, you may not, but it's all about renewable energy. How can we get it out there? So thank you.